Well, welcome everyone to our third town hall. I am always so honored to get us started on these town halls. For those of you who are new here, we're so excited to have you here. Each of our town halls have a different theme. Last town hall was all about retail and really how to have those large commissions and build out the retail side of our compensation plan. Tonight is all about really starting. It's all your story, and it's that restart button. Um, Charles, do you want to switch to the next slide and the next one? So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ashley Warren. My official title here at the Commonstead is the CEO of Systems and Training. So anything that involves a system or has training involved, I am taking care of that along with our amazing team. So for those of you I haven't had the honor of meeting yet, my name is Ashley Warren. My short story starts in the network marketing industry. Loved network marketing. I built a great team and actually really great passive income starting in my early 20s. So by the time I started having kids, my third one came. And so I have a 7-year-old, 5-year-old, and 3-year-old. I was actually living off of those residuals for about 7 years. So we're going to talk a lot about residual income tonight, along with having that instant income for you guys so we can have a good balanced portfolio. And that is one of the things that makes me so excited about the Commonstead. So with that, my daughter turned almost 2, and I felt this gut feeling that I wanted to make a huge financial impact for my family. Right around that time, solar fell into my lap. And solar was a completely new industry. All I knew was that panels went on roofs. I didn't know what an inverter was. I didn't know anything, but the two things that were really appealing to me was one, high ticket. I loved being able to, unlike with some network marketing companies where I was only getting paid maybe 10, 15 bucks per sale, I was actually able to leverage and have a high ticket sale. And the next thing I was really excited about was passive income. So I grew into that role. I shadowed. You'll see here, even if you are brand new, we are going to give you the guide to lean in. So one thing that I noticed in the solar industry while I was in there for just a short amount of time, I got really good at it. I was one of the top setters and closers of that company, did a wonderful job. But one thing was always missing for me, and it was that when the sale was done, the conversation was done. So all the rapport, all the back and forth, scheduling, install, change orders, all of this effort that went into the sale. By the time those panels were on the roof, I had nothing more to offer them. Our relationship was done. And coming from the network marketing industry about leveraging relationships, I knew something was missing. So the stars were aligned and Commonstead came to be. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how the model works. We'll show you how compensation is structured. That's been a lot of questions. What you've noticed if you've been coming to our trainings lately is that we're listening. Anyone who sends us an email or a private chat, or they're on our community and they have a question or they want a resource, tonight we are going to be answering all your questions. We are listening. We are giving you the resources that you want. So that comes from compensation, really how to get started with clarity, without pressure, without confusion. I know it can initially be very confusing. We're going to get you clarity, most importantly, without hype. We're going to give you the real stuff. So our goal here tonight is not to convince you of anything, but we want to allow you to have a restart button. And that is the theme of tonight, is your next chapter as you step into this journey with us at the Commonstead. And I invite you tonight to view tonight, right now, as everything just leading up to this moment. I press the restart button every Monday. I think it is a very healthy mindset that right now is all that matters. Not what you did or didn't do, not anything you didn't accomplish, now. And we have the tools for you tonight. You are going to love everything we have. So as we are going through our presentation tonight, if you have a question, go ahead and put it in the comments. We will all do our best to answer them real time. And if we can get cruising with our guests and our presentation, if we have time at the end, we will actually open it up for a Q&A for those of you who we haven't been able to answer questions. Also, you'll see some links. I want you to know that there will be a master cheat sheet at the end, so don't panic if we're sharing links and you don't know where to put them. We've done all the work for you. We have them all perfectly aligned for you in one cheat sheet document. So now I have the distinct honor of introducing one of the most amazing men in my life, Charles Thompson. And we've known each other for not very long, about 1.5 years, 2 years. And he has changed my life, not only in the business side and just being able to collaborate, be in the trenches with this man, but also family. I consider he and his most amazing, beautiful wife family. Love them and their 2 cats. If you haven't met their cats, you wait, you'll meet them. But let's talk about Charles for a second. So he brings decades of leadership experience, including 9 years in the U.S. Air Force and over 30 years in high-performing sales organizations. He's helped lead companies to IPO mergers and billions of revenue across the energy, efficiency, and solar industries. So in the past 5 years alone, 5 years, think of everything we can do in 5 years. Listen to what this guy's done. He's led teams that have generated $1.5 billion in revenue and over 36,000 installations. But to me, what matters most is how he leads. Integrity, humility, and genuine belief in all of us here. So he always says the best is ahead. And I can tell you that the best truly is ahead, because every day we are making strides to truly help you guys have an incredible future here with us at the Commonstead. So Charles, go ahead and take it away.
Ooh, how do I follow that? My gosh, Ashley, humbled by your beautiful words. I just have to always give a shout back to you. We could not pull these types of events off without your amazing leadership. Ashley is our CEO of training and systems, and coaching at the same time. Actually, coaching is how to do it right. So grateful for you and all that you've done. You've said your background, and you've built a massive team in other organizations, and excited to have you leading the way for setting the stage for everybody here. So thank you for that very, very beautiful introduction.
Thank you.
And for each of you, Ashley said it, tonight's not about hype. We don't go there. We really just want to share with you. It's really about clarity, to be candid. It's about helping you know that we're building something that's going to last. Every business finds a time where everything just starts to come together, where it starts to click, where it fits. And tonight is really a reflection of those moments. Ashley mentioned that over the past few weeks in particular, we've been listening, because we've got a lot going on. We've got a lot of products, and people get confused on, what do I do? What do I say here? How do I handle that? We've been listening, we've been documenting, and we've been recording. So we're going to share a lot of videos with you tonight. It's not going to be a blabber fest. We're going to really help you see what we've done. And we're so proud of what we're going to show you tonight, because it is really a reflection of each of you. So with that, the agenda is pretty straightforward. We're going to talk about why this moment matters. You'll hear that here shortly. Our ecosystem and the mission that we have, everything that's in motion. You'll hear about 2 strategic partnerships that are really going to power our future. Several special announcements, full compensation plan reveal. A lot of people ask questions about compensation. We talk about it in training events, but now we have it documented where you can actually see the full documentation plan. We're going to recognize a couple of our awesome leaders in the company as well. Brand new onboarding and training flow that's going to make it so easy to plug in and get yourself started. So now you'll know how to plug in and how to get started. So as we say that, we'll talk a little bit about our why. We are definitely a people first type of ecosystem. From the very outset, so I'm the visionary founder of the company, and Evangeline, you'll meet her soon, is the CEO of the company. We formed the company with an amazing group. You'll meet them here in just a few minutes, really to drive local economies. We don't want to have some big corporate structure based out of one place. We want to drive the local economies, and we do all this with integrity, everything that's aligned with purpose. If you hear us talk about income, you always got to realize that income is a reflection of impact that we're having on homeowners, impact that we're having on business owners, impact that we're having on affiliates in our system, and all of that with absolute true transparency. So this is the moment where you can really see the whole picture, where you'll find that the path is really clear in front of you by the end of this day, this evening, this event. And whether you're watching it live or recorded, a lot of our people are out doing things. They're working. So they're going to be watching the recording. You'll know exactly how to do that. And the pivotal moment for us is that you know that you can engage without knowing everything. You really can engage without knowing much of anything, to be very, very candid with you. The formation of the company started this years and years ago. Buckminster Fuller, and many companies quote Bucky, but I love what he said. To change things, don't try to fight the existing reality. Build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And when we looked to form the CommonStead, we were looking to solve a problem that the construction industry faced, and the affiliate industry faced, and homeowners faced, by finding the right type of people to help them in their home or in their business. So Bucky paved the way, and we've created the model to do that. What is really exciting to me is, as I mentioned, we listened to you. And in that listening, we documented what we said. So we've got 3 different ways we're going to share with you tonight on how to have a very, very simple conversation. The first is kind of with the general audience, anybody that you speak to. It can be used anywhere. The beauty of this is you're going to see the 60-second version of these 3 videos, but there's a 30-second video. And at the end of the event, you're going to have the doc that will give you links to not only the YouTube version, but the version that you can download and you can post it wherever you want, and the script. Because what we found is people were getting very wordy and saying things that really was kind of digging them into a hole, as opposed to creating just a simple conversation. So this is definitely, Ashley put in, this is all about how we have collaborated with each of you. So with that said, let's test our audio and we'll talk about our first video. And this is just more of a general audience. Hi there, I'm Charles with the CommonStead. Here's the problem most people run into when they want energy efficiency upgrades, solar, or batteries for their home or business. The contractor goes to a distributor, which is basically a big warehouse. The distributor stocks the products, the contractor buys them, and that's pretty much it. They receive no training on how to install or use them, no marketing support, no other help of any kind, just a 20 to 30% markup for the privilege of picking the product up. We do something different. We sit between the manufacturers who make the products and the contractors who install them. We are a bridge, but we don't just pass the products along. We create training programs, marketing materials, and everything a contractor needs to bring these products to you the right way. And because of the volume we move, local contractors who work with us get the same pricing that normally only big national corporations get. Better products at better prices, and that's passed on to you. We also connect you with trained local contractors in your community who you can trust. That's who we are. If you want to know more, start with the person who sent you this video. They'll put you in the right direction. That is approximately a 1-minute video that each of you, as I said, will have a link to both in YouTube and in our Drive, so that you can share that with anybody if they want to know how we do what we do. Pause. Make it really super simple and duplicatable. Then the other mode, if you look at the business, so that's just kind of a general overview of who we are. The other question people say is, hey, I've got a technician, I've got an HVAC company, I've got an electrician. What do I say to them? How do I actually cue things up? And in 1 minute or 30 seconds, depending upon which video you choose, we're going to give you the opportunity to have that conversation. I'll cue that up now.
Hi there, I'm Charles with Acomisted. If you're a contractor doing electrical work, HVAC, solar, or any kind of home improvement, you already know the hardest part of this business is finding customers. You spend money on leads, you close the deal, you do the install, and then you're right back at square one looking for the next one. What if the same customer could turn into multiple streams of revenue instead of just one? That's what we help you do. When you work with Acomisted, you get access to products and training that let you offer more than what you're currently doing. Energy efficiency upgrades, water filtration, and many other services your customers already need. Same lead, same customer, multiple streams of income. And because of the volume we move, you get pricing that normally is reserved for big national corporations. More revenue and better margins on everything you sell. We also help you build a local sales team to drive more installation opportunities your way, so that's more projects coming in without you having to do every single one yourself. One cost of acquisition, multiple streams of income, and a team feeding you work. That's what Acomisted can do for your business. Reach out to whoever sent you this video so you can learn more.
So that's video number 2. We had a little glitch there getting to it. That's to talk to a contractor. The next is, hey, you want to talk to your friends, your colleagues, anybody who's in the business. We call them affiliates. And for some reason, my dang mouse doesn't want to click it. So we'll do it one more time. There we go. So affiliates, when you embed videos, sometimes the slide, it delays the reaction. So we have to go with it. So Cominstead, thank you. We've got a great editing team. Sometimes there's a lot of slides. So we always dial things in. This is what this is all about, is helping you. So how do you have a conversation with affiliates? Matter of fact, I even have a good friend on the call tonight that I didn't even know how to type his name. So that tells you that typos are very common. So how do you have a conversation with affiliates? Here you go. Same thing, 60 seconds.
Hi there, I'm Charles with Acomisted. Let me tell you how people are making money with us. We work with independent people we call affiliates. You're not an employee, you don't have a boss, you just get paid to connect people to our network. And you get paid 3 different ways. First, you find local contractors who want to join, and every time they buy products from us, you get a percentage. You find them once, and you keep getting paid every time they order. That's passive income. Second, you sell products yourself and you earn money on everything you sell. That's active income you control. Third, you can bring in other affiliates to do what you do. When they find contractors and those contractors buy, you earn a percentage. When those affiliates sell something, you earn a percentage on that as well. More passive income that grows as your team grows. Most people only have one way to make money. They trade time for a paycheck. This gives you 3 ways, and 2 of them keep paying you whether you're working that day or not. Reach out to whoever sent you this video. They'll walk you through how to get started.
All right, so we have 3 different videos for you to fully understand the different conversations that we have to have. Curious in the chat, does that provide you better clarity on how to have the conversation? And if you don't want to see my face on there, by the way, I'm not trying to do this to promote myself. I'm trying to do this to set the bar. Thank you. I love to see all those comments. And now you'll have the script. So if you'd like to do your own videos, amen. We're going to give you all the tools that you need. So now you have a 30-second version. We're not going to play all those tonight. You have a 30-second, a 60-second version, and then you can create your own with your own resources using the scripts that we provided. So thank you for all those kind words. That's wonderful to see. Awesome. So this is the ecosystem. So we used to walk through this whole flow about who we are. What I want to spend minutes on here is actually who's making it happen. This is really being done by, we're orchestrating just this amazing ecosystem. This is the team that's making it happen. I won't name each name, but you can see the beautiful faces and the names. This is the group that's making it happen. We call our CEOs Chief Execution Officers. That means they're responsible for their respective biome, and they are responsible to execute. Myself and the other teams that's behind them help support them to bring their products to market. Most of them are representing directly from the manufacturer, and they are taking full control of the ecosystem. So amazing team behind us. And I want to give a shout out to each and every one of them for everything that they do to contribute and help us make this ecosystem what it is today. That being said, I want to talk about the scope of this opportunity. I've looked at the construction space for a long time. And if you look at all the different markets that are out there, from home remodeling, really anyone that's touching a home, there's over 1 million contractors that we at the CommonStead can help. Over 1 million contractors. But wait, there's a lot more. What is that? Take a look at this. There's actually over 33 million businesses that our products can help. 33 million. This is untapped. And some say there's more than this number of homeowners. I like to undercommit and overdeliver. There's over 150 million homeowners we can help. We can also help renters, but that would be this massive number. But just to give you an idea of the scope of the opportunity, the magnitude of this opportunity is absolutely phenomenal. And you can generate income on every single one of those while you're having impact. And the way you look at it is what we're building. We're building a relationship that can be a lifetime valued customer. You can start with one. So we often say, pick your lane, start there. But now you have multiple times that you can go back to that customer to provide them more value and also generate an additional income. But the difference is one cost of acquisition. I was in a number of industries that the biggest cost was getting in front of that customer and getting that customer under contract and installed. Now you can go back to that very same customer multiple times. Sometimes you can walk out of the customer's door with multiple agreements, multiple products that you're helping them with. That's the beauty of this. You create this cycle where you can continue to go back. And guess what you think you get a lot of in addition to that? Referrals. Because once you help the customer, and I see it, particularly you see some of the products that we do, they feel the difference the day that the install takes place. They feel the economic value within 30 days. They want to share that with their friends and family. That's why we focus on undercommitting, over-delivering, no shady sales practices. We're all about professional delivery and fulfillment. Now, with that said, I'm going to show you a couple of slides with products. This is normally all we do, but we listened. So here are the primary products. You're probably saying, well, how do they work? I'll tell you that in just a minute in a video that we recorded for you at your request. But here's your audience. We already talked about the number of businesses and homeowners. So in addition to homeowners, look at all of the different vertical markets that you can go into. I'm not going to go through them all now because that will take quite a bit of time, but it's virtually unlimited. And most of this is untapped because we are partnering up with different manufacturers who are collaborating and bringing products together. The biggest reward that I've felt so far is to see manufacturers actually selling the products of other manufacturers that they used to consider competitors. That is absolutely what an ecosystem is all about. So with that, what we've done is we've created a video for you that, again, you'll be able to share this video however you see fit, and you will get a script if you want to record it on your own. So let's give this one a go. And this is going to take a few minutes, but it's going to tell you every single product that we have in simple terms that's been approved by the manufacturers.
Hi there, I'm Charles with the CommonStead. I'm often asked what products and services are available through the CommonStead. Well, here's an overview of everything we currently offer in less than 10 minutes. We'll start with residential solar panels. They're devices that are installed on the home. You've probably seen a lot of them around your neighborhood. They basically take the UV rays and convert that into electricity. So when the sun shines or even clouds are out, the panels create power for your home that you can use right away. If you have batteries installed, you can store that energy and you can use it when you need it. If you make more electricity than you need, typically the extra electricity can be sent to the power grid and you use it later. Solar doesn't really change the way you live day to day. It simply helps your home make some of its own clean energy instead of renting dirty energy from the utility company. Community solar is a shared solar project that lets people benefit from solar energy without putting panels on their roof. A solar array is placed in a nearby location. All the people who subscribe to a portion of it, they get the electricity that's fed from the local power grid, and subscribers receive credits on their electric bills for their share of the energy. It's really an easy way to access clean energy for renters, apartment dwellers, or anyone whose roof isn't suitable for solar.
Now we have what we call reduce before you produce. The Energy Optimizer is a smart electricity optimizer. It installs alongside your existing electrical system and works in the background. It continuously monitors how your home uses power, smooths out demand spikes, and manages large loads more efficiently. That means lower electric bills, less stress on your equipment, and a more resilient electrical system. In many cases, people see measurable savings at the very first billing cycle, typically around 10 to 15%. Let's talk about the Arctic series. The biggest energy losses in homes and businesses don't usually come from what's broken, they come from what's quietly underperforming. Heat that's trapped in the attic, that drives up energy bills. It strains your HVAC systems, and it shortens the life of the roof. That's why we use the Arctic series. The Arctic Breeze is a steel, solar-powered attic fan that actively removes heat, moisture, and dust, and it costs nothing to operate at all and comes with a lifetime warranty. The Arctic Blanket is a NASA-developed insulation that blocks heat in the summer and then helps retain the warmth in the winter. Together, these solutions improve comfort, protect the home and the roof, and can reduce electrical consumption by up to 20 to 30%. Not every home can be insulated the traditional way, so that's where if you have vaulted ceilings, finished spaces, or no attic access, the Arctic Primer and the Arctic Radiant Barrier Paint solve that problem by creating a heat-reflective layer that's applied directly to the interior surfaces. The primer seals and bonds, and the Radiant Paint reflects the heat before it enters the space. The result is cooler rooms, less strain on your HVAC system, and typically 10 to 20% reduction in energy usage, which means lower electrical bills, and you don't have to do that with any remodeling or disruption. Now, when it comes to water, most people assume that tap water, because it looks clear, that it must be clean. But clear water doesn't mean it's pure. Municipal water is treated to be safe, not necessarily ideal for long-term health. It often contains chlorine, chemicals, and contaminants that affect your family, your appliances, and your home over time. That's why we use whole home filtration paired with medical-grade reverse osmosis systems built by strict European standards. They remove what you can't see, they improve your water quality throughout the entire home, and they give your family cleaner, healthier water every day. And it's not about fear, it's really about awareness and making smarter choices for your health and for your home. Lastly, on our residential side, we have CoatZone. It delivers advanced coatings that boost energy efficiency. Air conditioning can account for up to 50% of your residential energy use. Our ThermoBlock and CoilSafe works together to remove thermal load from the HVAC systems and protects heat exchange surfaces. The result? Energy savings of 10 to 25% are very common, equipment life extended by over 50%, and a fast ROI. Lower energy usage, longer equipment life, protected assets. If you combine all of the energy efficiency products, you can save upwards of 50% on your energy bills. Now, let's take a look at the commercial side of what we offer. Commercial solar panels work much like residential solar, just on a larger scale. They're installed on business rooftops, parking structures, or nearby land, and again, they turn sunlight into electricity that the building can use. That power helps run lights, equipment, and operations during the day, reducing how much energy the business needs to buy from the utility or rent from the utility. The goal is simple: lower your operating cost, add predictability to energy expenses, and use clean power produced right where the business operates. Deregulated energy is simply a customer choice program where businesses in deregulated states can choose where their energy comes from, how much they pay, and whether they want protection from rising costs, which are inevitable. The utility still delivers power and maintains the infrastructure while we conduct a no-cost assessment and have a licensed supplier compete for better rates and better terms. Ongoing energy management helps businesses protect savings, reduce your risk, and keeps more revenue working toward long-term profit and more stability. In commercial buildings, the biggest costs are energy and water, and most losses come from systems that are quietly underperforming. Our Energy Optimizer are especially powerful in commercial environments. It smooths electrical demand, optimizes inductive loads, and significantly extends the life of motors, HVAC equipment, and large machinery. In facilities with heavier motor or inductive load, a Common can see to 30 to 40% energy savings. Solutions like the Arctic Breeze, the Arctic Blanket, and the Arctic Paint work similarly in commercial buildings as they do residentially, removing excess heat and reducing strain on your systems. Where commercial savings really accelerate is with regard to HVAC. Our Coat Zone coatings, combined with Thermoblock, reduce heat absorption on rooftop units and the exposed ductwork, often delivering up to 40% HVAC energy reduction, which is one of the largest line items in commercial bills. And finally, Aquaflow addresses water cost. Aquaflow is a 3-in-1 smart valve technology that compresses trapped air in your water lines so that meter only charges for real water, not for air, thus delivering up to 30% savings on your monthly water and sewerage bills. In addition, the valve regulates water pressure and stops that hammering you might hear from time to time. With a lifetime warranty, 6-month money-back guarantee, and an average install in less than 30 minutes, it's an easy way to see that you can cut your costs immediately and keep more money in your business. When you combine all of these solutions, you can reduce total operating costs by upwards of 50% across energy, equipment life, and water use. This is about making commercial buildings work smarter, not harder. I'm excited to share with you a technology that recently came to the CommonStead called the Oasis. This is something that every homeowner, renter, business owner should really look at having. The Oasis is a patent-pending 3-in-1 off-grid system that turns heat into distilled water, electrical power, and hot water. It works with any commercial stovetop pressure cooker, which acts as a boiling chamber. As water is heated, steam is channeled into the condensed unit into pure distilled drinking water, removing salts, heavy metals, bacteria, and viruses. I can use one in my pond in my backyard. At the same time, embedded thermoelectric generators convert excess heat directly into 8 watts of USB power for charging essential devices. So instead of wasting heat, the Oasis maximizes it, providing a reliable, filter-free solution designed for emergencies, for off-grid living, and for just simply long-term self-reliance. Now, most businesses don't offer things to help people who are in their ecosystem. This next offering is something that is very unique to the CommonStead. Not many businesses you do business with, either as a customer, as an entrepreneur, as a dealer, an installer, offer things to help improve your life. We do, and I'm very, very honored and proud to introduce our growth mindset biome. Most people don't have a strategy problem, they have a pattern problem, something that keeps getting in the way that they can't quite name. Our growth mindset biome is the personal development arm of the CommonStead. It's a full ecosystem of courses, workshops, group coaching, and one-on-one programs designed to help people who actually want to know what's running in the background and change it. It's led by our CEO, Evangeline Thompson, and if you've ever been the only one standing between you and what you want, then she built this course for you. I thank you for listening to us today. I hope you find all the products interesting. If you have any questions, get back to the person who shared this video with you and get the process started. Thank you.
Charles, you're muted.
Charles, you're muted.
Oh, had such special words to share with you. Now we pause. Good. I love seeing the reaction. You know, our goal was to really simplify things. We've got you a 30-second version. You've got a 60-second version. You have a 10-minute overall ecosystem version. And then if you go to media.thecommonstead.com, we break down even further the different products within our ecosystem. So if you look at it from a user's perspective, what we want you to say is, you know, I'm really not sure where I should focus my lane. Where do I want that to be? Start with the simple. So you go through this process, learn a little bit. You don't have to master any of this. You go to our products and media page to take a deeper dive. And then from there, Ashley will walk you through how to get into in-depth training for those who want it. But the whole intention here is to make it where anybody can plug in. Anyone can get started, learn a basic conversation. use the resources that we've created, create your own, and just rinse, wash, repeat exactly what we've done. So I love to see the comments in there. Thank you so much for those kind words. Now you say, well, who can I count on to work? Well, we've got a national EPC. I saw some questions about, are we in Canada? Are we in Puerto Rico? We're in all 50 states. We are in Canada, and we'll be opening Puerto Rico in about 30 days. We also will go to other countries in the future, but we got to dial everything here first in the United States. You don't want to grow into multiple markets until you have an actual system that is completely scalable and duplicatable. All right. So with that, who do you talk to? Who do you work with? We have designated now, and this is where you see opportunity. There are 5 designated pros in our commercial division. You can see all the names on the sheet here. I want to see that to be 15 by next town hall, because there's so many of you who are learning more and more. You're working with these pros, and that is an amazing pathway for you to be able to develop more and more income. You'll learn about how and why in just a few minutes. So with that, we've got a number of announcements to make. Thank you for the comments on the videos. But now I want to walk you through what has happened since the last time we met. Because some of you, this is your first time here. Hope you're seeing how we can make this completely a scalable process for you to be able to have a part-time or full-time career shift with the CommonStead. Many partners out there saw the same thing, and I'm really honored to introduce our live partnership with Open Solar. And I will tell you, I've been in this industry for 16 years in the solar space. This to me was the go-to design tool. Open Solar is by far and away, again, from my opinion, the best design tool and no-cost design tool for the industry. We have a very special partnership with Open Solar, and I'm going to introduce you to a fellow Irishman, Mr. Andrew McGuigan. If I say that name correctly, Andrew, you can correct me if I'm not, my friend. But
No,
I'm excited about our partnership, man. I'll tell you, we've got so much potential here with your network and bringing our network into your network, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But how are you feeling about this partnership, my friend?
Thanks, Charles. Yeah, I appreciate the introduction. Yeah, McGuigan is the Americanized version. McGuigan should be the Irish Scots version. So yeah, but thank you for getting that right. Yeah, we're really fired up to partner with the CommonStead and bring Open Solar to all of you as a tool and a resource to, run your business and sell the deals you need to. Yeah, we're the biggest global design and proposal tool all around the world, one of the largest in the US. We also cover international markets like Canada and Puerto Rico and LATAM. The big thing about us, it's different from everybody else, is we're 100% free for the contractor. So you can all go to opensolar.com, make a free account, build designs and proposals, go and sell them, access financing. But most importantly, you can access all of CommonStead's products in Open Solar as well. So the platform, historically has been a residential design and proposal tool, but we moved a lot more into commercial. We've also moved a lot more into a whole home energy modeling platform. So not just solar and storage anymore, but heat pumps, EV chargers, smart panels, energy efficiency upgrades, and now the entire suite of CommonStead products. So you can design, propose, build systems, sell them as part of the overall proposal. You can also buy the equipment directly from Open Solar as well. So you can source it, quote it, and then buy it and ship it right to the job site or the warehouse. So it's all fully integrated. We are live now officially. You can go in there, browse all the inventory, start building, designing your systems. And our team is here to help you with training, onboarding, and helping you all get started. So we've done a couple, training videos, and we'll have more to come, more sessions with the CommonStead. I know Charles will have a form and some next steps for y'all who want to work with us. But yeah, please reach out. We're here to help you all get started, and we're really excited to further the relationship here and help you all sell and drive more business with the CommonStead. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. And we saw the promotions that were put together today, and we'll talk about some of those here in a few minutes about the great incentives that we're offering because of this partnership with Open Solar. And we want our partners to be able to use this software. And guess what? We're meeting with the tech team over the next few days. And not only will you be able to buy the products there, but you'll be able to demonstrate the savings inside the proposal tool. That is going to be a game changer because you can actually then reduce before you produce with what I believe is the best design tool in the industry. So Andrew, invaluable partnership. We're super excited to be working with you, and thank you for all the hard work your team has done. It's been months in the making, and I had a chance today to see everything live in the ad campaign, and just absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Charles. Really excited about it.
Thank you, as are all of us. All right, next up, and this is going to be a little bit more interactive. This is ready for pilot mode. So Open Solar is live, no longer going through the pilot. We will, in that previous form that was in there, it's opensolar.thecommonstead.com. If you want us to make an introduction, have you work with Open Solar to be able to use their tool free of cost, as I mentioned earlier, you just fill out that form, not now, but at the end of the event, fill out the form. We will make introductions. They have an incredible support team, an incredible marketing team that's helping us really leverage this platform. Next is something called Energy Savings as a Service. And we've been in discussions for months now. Things just don't happen overnight. You might have heard us talk a little bit about this last month, but this is the next phase for us. And I want to put your thinking hats on here for a minute. So think about this. Whether you're new or you've been with us for a while, think about it from an energy advisor standpoint. And this is a quick question for business owners. Aside from rent and payroll, what are the biggest expense drivers in your business? Is it HVAC? Is it lighting? Is it water? Or is it some other expense? So think about it as a business owner and an energy advisor. Type in the chat what you think those biggest expenses are for those businesses today. Throw some stuff in the chat for us. Delay sometime. And I will say that from a percentage of usage, the biggest things besides payroll, there you go, utilities, electric, operating systems, rent, utility. Rent is definitely a big one, right? Payroll, but then it comes into utilities. It comes into HVAC that's sucking up all that energy, insurance because of all the various reasons. You're nailing the numbers. So let's just take it to the next step. This is where more interaction occurs. So this is where, what if you take all those expenses, right? And the utility came to you and said, we're going to do a full energy analysis of your business. We're going to find all of the inefficiencies. That can be HVAC, that can be anything that is taken that's draining your energy and costing you money. And we come and we offer to upgrade all of that at no cost. Look at that water bill in there, $22,000, Tommy. Goodness gracious. So in this case, the utility, they cover the installation, they cover the warranties, they cover the service, they cover the maintenance. They only get paid by sharing in the savings that you benefit from. If the utility made that offer to you, would you be open to take a look? In the chat, would you be open to take a look? If I saw no one there, I would be shocked, right? How simple is that presentation? That is where we're going. So we're in the beginning of the pilot phase. So what's the next step? The next step, super simple. Next step is just a no-cost energy analysis to see if your facility qualifies. If the numbers don't make sense for you, then we're going to stop right there. There's no reason to waste your time. Does tomorrow or the next day work best for you? That's it. You don't have to talk about the products. You don't have to get into the details. You leave that for the pro to do the analysis and then determine what the best pathway forward is. If you're interested in participating in this program, you can go, not now, go to esas.thecommonstead.com. We're collecting names for our first pilot crew to take this to market. I am super excited about it because back in the days when I first started selling solar, that's exactly what I would say to a homeowner. I would say, hey, if the utility came in and they were going to put solar panels on your roof at no cost to you whatsoever, charge you less for your energy, and they covered all the warranties, they covered all the expenses, would you be open to doing that? And everyone said yes. So I said, well, that's exactly what I'm going to offer you, except we're going to do it because the utility won't do it. And that's just the reality. So fill out that form. We're going to start our pilot crew. We need connectors, we need coordinators, we need pros. We'll define those roles for here in just a few minutes. All right, next up, big announcement. We are live in pilot mode. Those who have been waiting for residential solar to evolve, we are there. I am so honored to have this incredible partnership with Subcontractor Hub and partnered up with local contractors. One main contractor we're working with is Seamless Energy. We did an in-depth analysis and meeting with them. Their cycle times are what I've seen personally being in the industry for 16 years, the best that I've seen. In solar, you always have some outliers. You have issues where you have to replace transformers and things you just don't expect. but we are alive and we are partnered with fantastic companies. Those who are looking at it, I don't know how to sell solar. Don't worry about that. The average commission is $7,000 on average. You set the margin, by the way, but the average is about $7,000. You start as a connector. Unless you're already a pro, we will certainly fast track you to be able to close your own deals. So you can partner with the expert, the pro, and they'll close, I like to say, educate the homeowner. And then you can advance. And I don't even necessarily think it's advancing. It's just you can become a coordinator, and we'll define those in a few minutes, where you can earn 70% of the commission, or you can become the pro where you're selling your own deals. If you're full stack doing your own deals from start to finish, you'll get 100% of the margin. We work on a red line model. So those who've been in the industry know what a red line is. No complication, no late stage adders, super simple. And then you can also team build. So we give you, if you're a team builder, you've got a red line. You can pass on a red line to your team, whatever you see fit. You set your pricing. We don't dictate pricing. We do dictate caps because we want to make sure we're doing the right thing for the homeowners, just like in any product that we do. And the beautiful thing is all of these products are domestic content. They're with the Safe Harbor program. Some of you might not know what that means, but it's big. There's only 20 companies in the entire country that have available for a Safe Harbor program, which means we can extend on to the best benefit to the homeowners that are available through third-party ownership products. I won't dive into red lines here today, Dave. It's something that's really taken up in a separate conversation because it varies by market. It just gets too complicated to dive in here today. The markets are 23 states, and we will commit to you that within 60 days, we'll be in probably 42 states. How? Well, this major contractor that we're working with is the beginning partnership with us. They will open up markets if we have demand. We also can find local EPCs, engineering, procurement, and construction partners in these markets. They can partner up with us directly or with Seamless, because Seamless has all the best financing options. Some contractors don't. A lot of smaller contractors love them, but they don't have the financing options that a company like Seamless does. So we can onboard them with Seamless as well. And then you get to choose who you want to do your installs. This is the best dream for a solar pro that I've ever seen in my 16 years being in the industry. I'm excited because this is the space I came from, did a lot of volume, a lot of help. And in that time, I created courses. I created a solar mastery course. I was selling the course for $3,500. For you, it's free. Any member of a CommonStead, we took that course, we took it out of video form, and we put it into we call it a playbook. So the first version of the playbook is ready. Then we're going to dissect that back out and we'll do actual training videos. So you're going to be able to download those playbooks on playbook.thecommonstead.com. And there's also another book that I used to sell called Solar Prospecting 101. We call this becoming brilliant at the basics because it's really what it takes is to really nail down the basics that you can, if you decide you want to go into a role of coordinator or pro, again, define those here in a few minutes, you can. But the most promising position in this company is a person who just makes that connection and doesn't have to follow the whole process, doesn't have to take it all the way through to installation, doesn't have to continue to coordinate with engineering, design teams, et cetera, et cetera. So we give you those pathways and they're all at no cost whatsoever. And all the training that we do, which is comprehensive, is all done at no cost to you. We want you to succeed. We want nothing more than everyone in this ecosystem to be making a solid six-figure income. And we're providing you that pathway. Now, we've got a good list of pros on the residential side that will grow to dozens and dozens more in the coming weeks. Let's take a look at the names on there. Start participating in our business development meetings. You'll get to see them in person. And in less than 2 weeks, I would say the software that we have, you'll actually be able to choose your pro and book right on their calendar directly from the conversation. So you don't have to worry about, well, when do I book it? Who do I know is going to do the install? Who do I have to do? Don't worry about that. Today, there's a form you go to, and we'll share that. It's called leads.thecommonstead.com. You just submit your lead and pass it off to a pro. Pick a name. If we can match that person with you, we will. But we also do it in rotation. So it's really a fantastic opportunity for those who are looking to become a pro. Just make it known to the business development team as you're on those meetings, and we'll put you on list to be able to get through that process of becoming a coordinator and becoming a pro. Whew. And how does it get installed? We've got you covered in all 50 states, in Canada, and soon in Puerto Rico. All right. A lot of talking here, a lot going on. We're pacing very well. I think we always budget 90 minutes for these events, by the way. This is something that I'm super excited about. This is a company that I've known their CEO for many years, and I got the chance to meet the CEOs of a division that they have called Think Plus. And it's a new partnership that I believe is going to provide a lot of excitement to each of you today. And I'm honored to bring, I haven't seen the name Brandon come up yet, but Brandon, and there he is, Brendan Kenny. I've met the three brothers. It's pretty awesome. A lot of people I've worked with, I always said they're brothers from another mother. Well, these three fine gentlemen who are the CEOs of Think Plus are brothers from the same mother and father. So that's pretty dang impressive, Brendan. Welcome to the Commonstead.
Oh, it's great to be here, and thank you. Wow, this has been here the whole time. You guys are building something really special, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing and giving an avenue for every angle, commercial, residential. So there's really just a plethora of opportunity at the Commonstead. This is amazing, and I'm here to explain to you our partnership, and I'm thrilled to be able to spend about 10 minutes with you all just to give you a high level overview of what makes this opportunity with Think Energy so unique. When you think of energy companies, if for those of you that have a deregulated background or have solar background, energy companies, I think that quote that gentleman said before was so perfect. It's like a lot of the stuff in the energy industry is just old and broken. And we kind of looked at what was going wrong with the industry, and we created, through technology, a way to really unlock true savings for consumers on the residential side. And so when you think about energy or Think Energy, we're really empowering our customers to just make good choices based on technology that unlocks savings for them. So Charles, you can hit the next slide. And so we're going to do this several different ways in different markets. This product right here is brand new to the marketplace. It's been 3 years in the making. It's a product called AutoSave. And so when you live in a state like New Jersey, and you'll get a full list of all the states that this product is available for. It's in 6 different states right now, and it will be expanding. But certain states allow you to make a choice of where your energy comes from. We have a technology that actually works where the customer does not have to worry about that. We have a guarantee that when you're on AutoSave and we can service you on energy supply and your electric bill, which makes up 50% of your bill, we're going to save you. If we can't, we actually have the ability to move you back to the utility pricing. So we guarantee that no one will pay more than the standard offer of the utility. The customer doesn't have to renew. The customer just has to sign up one time. It's free. No one has to pay for this. It's all done. It's like shopping at Amazon. I have my electric bill right here. I literally go on to a website. I upload my bill, and then I never have to worry about it again. And every single month, our technology will do custom pricing to save you money. These are the states, by the way, that we're currently offering our services. And so, like I said, you can take a picture or come back to this later. But as you can see, we're not quite in all 50 states. We have to play in the arena of deregulation, which in America, only a certain amount of states deregulated. Next slide. So that's AutoSave. Community solar, which you guys already have touched upon in your presentation, we're offering the residential side. And in many states right now, that community solar is accelerated to the point where it is now kind of mainstream, and yet nobody knows about it. I'll give you an example of Maryland. Maryland just passed a piece of legislation now, and we have a contracts with over 300,000 available slots in Maryland. And as of today, less than 25,000 homes are subscribing to a solar farm. So why aren't you? In states like New York, New Jersey, Illinois, Maine, there's so many opportunities where it's a guaranteed state program. They give you guarantees of up to 20 years of savings. So those savings range anywhere from 5% to 25%, depending on what state you're in. It's free to enroll, as you guys were describing that earlier in your presentation. You can cancel anytime. And the best part about community solar is everybody qualifies, meaning renters, anybody that pays an electric bill, that lives in a state that has a community solar program can participate. And Think Energy, our role as unlocking savings is we've mastered relationships with all the big developers that are building the farms, and they're hiring us to go out and educate the community to get those subscribers to the farm. And we pay a commission for that, and it's an incredible opportunity. And Texas, I want you to be aware, Texas is obviously one of the largest states in this country. I think it's, in terms of energy and homes, it's probably bigger than most countries. But there's a massive opportunity that's existing right now in Texas. And I just want you to understand that we're going to do something so unique in the energy space, and everyone here is going to get a chance to see it for the first time. Mark my words, within the next 5 years, this will be mainstream, but nobody knows about it as of today. Go ahead to the next slide, Charles, and we'll turn you on to, we're going to share a little video explaining a new technology that's coming to the forefront of energy deregulation, and all of us have a
Every
chance.
summer we see it. Record heat, record energy demand, and the same story on repeat. Regular outages, soaring prices, a grid pushed to the breaking point.
The Earth is still hot, and so is the demand for electricity.
More energy is better than less energy.
With the rise of AI technology, demand on power plants is increasing.
Here's the thing. The grid we all depend on was built more than 100 years ago, for a time when electricity flowed one way, from a few big power plants to every home and business. But that world has changed. Today, millions of devices draw power every second. Demand for electricity keeps growing, but the grid hasn't kept pace. And it's not steady. Some hours we have plenty of power, others we're short. That's why electricity now costs different amounts at different times of day. When demand peaks, energy gets expensive. And when we need less energy, it's cheap. And this means consumers have to work harder and pay more for less reliable energy. Until now. A quiet revolution has started. Home batteries can now store energy when it's cheap or abundant, and use or even sell it back when it's needed most. Link thousands of those batteries together with smart software, and you get something entirely new called a virtual power plant. Instead of waiting for a distant generator to fire up, these connected devices can instantly feed energy back into the grid. The grid pays providers for this support. Those earnings can be shared with customers, lowering costs for the homeowners whose batteries made it possible. For consumers, that means significantly lower costs, predictable rates, and backup power when the grid fails, along with a direct role in building a cleaner, more resilient energy system. We are reshaping how electricity works as we're preparing to bring this idea to scale.
Think Plus will be partnering with a next-generation virtual power plant, connecting homes, batteries, and people into one intelligent energy network.
Our consumers will pay much less for even more reliable energy, with backup power for their homes. And when enough homes join, the grid gets stronger and energy becomes something we all share. This is the power of connection.
Coming soon from Think Plus.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that video. That video is what I use to introduce our company to a lot of folks. It's a great video. Listen, our relationship is with a company called EcoFlow. They are they're like, I think, the number one company in the battery storage space. They have over 5 million devices installed in Europe. The device that we're actually going to start offering to the public in March in Texas will be the Ocean Pro. And Ocean Pro was just awarded Innovation of the Year by Time Magazine. We have an exclusive relationship with this company in America, in North America, with our CEO, Michael Falquist. We're very well funded, but what makes us unique in the marketplace, and this is where all of you will tremendously benefit in the years to come, is because we have a proprietary technology called Proton, we can actually monetize a home. We can turn that home with a battery into a virtual power plant. And in Texas, the grid cannot handle, and actually all the grids in America, by the way, are falling apart. They don't have enough energy to meet the demand. And so we as a country need to have batteries as a key metrics before we create more generation, which could take a decade or two to actually get to the demand that AI is bringing. So what we're going to do in this case is, because we can actually shift load, we can charge that battery at night and then dispatch it during the day to the grid when it needs the energy the most to meet the demand. They're willing to pay us a lot of money to do that. So we can monetize that house. So the benefit to the homeowner is they will get this beautiful device installed on their house at no cost. They get free backup generation for their house. We will install it at no cost. And the best part is, the value is, we will give them a rate or lock them into a contract where they will spend considerably less than the market value that's out there today. And so imagine that, where you're saving your homeowner 20, 25, 30% off of their energy costs every single month for 15 years, because that's the contract, because there's a 15-year warranty on the Ocean Pro. But giving that value to that home with that backup generation, with a grid that's falling apart. Just quick statistic before we go to the next slide is, in Texas, in Dallas, there was 293 power outages in the last 4 years. 293 that lasted 2 hours or more. So you tell me, and by the way, 97% of those were actually, they recovered the electricity within 4 hours. And so if you have a backup generator that basically solves 97% of the power outages that you will experience, that's great value. That's grid resiliency. And that's ultimately what the consumers are going to be looking for in Texas. You pair that with an incredible rate that's going to save them a ton of money. This is the most incredible value proposition I've ever seen in the marketplace, and I've been doing this for almost 3 decades. But it's all going to be available to the CommonStead and anyone that joins, because our relationship is going to allow you to monetize this by referring customers through our referral network. And so we kind of look at ourselves as the only company that offers this kind of lineup in the energy space. No one else is doing anything close to what we're doing. Why? Because we have a technology that allows us to do this through autosave, through home batteries, and through community solar, which we're expanding rapidly throughout the country. All of you have a chance to participate in offering tremendous value to your residential consumers that you guys have relationships with. And the marketplace, look at the market share. I mean, I saw your slide, because you guys obviously can get into more states. I was like jealous to see your slide. You get 195, 150 million homes. We obviously, with this opportunity, there's still millions upon millions of people that can benefit from everything I just shared with you. And we're excited to be able to offer that through the CommonStead with you guys, with our partnership. So our compensation model is, we're not going to get too deep in it, because we do pay 10 different ways. We have a business model. As Ashley said in the beginning, she loves network marketing because it did so much for her in a time when she needed it, with residual income. Everything that we do and everything you saw when you go to the market and you sell something, we pay residual income, and that is for the life of the customer. And so on those batteries, as you know, there's 15-year contracts. With autosave, it's a one-time sign up, and as every single month that customer's on our bill, that'll pay a residual every single month. But we also have upfront commissions. So when you do get that first customer, you'll also generate a weekly income in our plan, and there's a chance to build teams, meaning you can refer other entrepreneurs or energy advisors and make a commission and override on anything that they do with their success. So we'll get deeper into that as we go with our relationship, and we'll do specific trainings around that. We already have a lot of training modules that can give you more details about how that works. Next slide. So to get started, our relationship with CommonStead, and Charles will talk a little bit more about some things at the end here, but it's a one-time $59 setup, and it's mostly to cover the certifications. Every state requires you now to, when you represent in the residential marketplace, you need to be certified to sell electricity. And so because we are in 17 different states, the $59 will that gets you that certification. You're certified now after you pass your exams. But what we provide for that, on top of just getting you certified, we do have training. We have an incredible website that you can actually market. As a matter of fact, we have an app that you can actually just download as soon as you sign up, and literally send your customized link to people. I mean, I have people signing up right now in Maryland right now just by hitting a couple buttons on my phone. All that comes with part of the enrollment fee of $59. There's no monthly cost to run your business. We're really looking to expand all of our networks very rapidly. So you do get a lot. You get a tracking software. You get the software sends you a 1099 as an independent agent at the end of the year after you've earned income. All that is part of the program. So you get a lot for that $59. Thank you. And you can go to the next slide. And so, In that, I'm going to turn it over to Charles because I think you guys have something exciting to kind of share with you guys. But I want to thank you, Charles, for giving me some time to give you a quick overview, high level. And obviously, for those that are interested, you can see that website on the bottom. That's a place where you can go and put your interest level. And I do believe that we already have a date on the books to do. For those that want to take it to the next level, we have a date already scheduled. You'll hear from Ashley about an onboarding training that we're going to do for everybody. So it was a pleasure to spend some time with you, Charles. Thank you. And Ashley, thank you very much for letting me present the Think opportunity to your incredible network.
Honor having you here, Brendan, and well done. Concise, beautiful message. Very, very excited. You can see all the love coming through and all the comments. We're not going to get into a lot of Q&A today because we want to get your interest. Who's interested, then we're going to get you follow-up information. But the exciting thing is we really worked closely with this partnership. I've got numerous very, very, well-known partners inside that ecosystem that people I've worked with for years and adore, and they've given us something that is very unique. Even though there's a very small one-time cost of $59, you can earn that back with just getting your first few customers rebating back. So anyone who joins between now and the 26th of the month, you can pretty much mitigate what that is. Not that it's $59 a lot, but hey, sometimes $59 is a lot for somebody. So we want to take care of that and let you know that after your first few customers, you've got it back. And then after that, you're in profitability. Very hard to start a business for $59, get that $59 back, and be profitable going forward. So thank you, Brendan, Ed, and the entire team for putting this program together specifically for the CommonStead. Reed, just fill out that form, think.thecommonstead.com. Anybody who's here who's interested, we will then partner you up. We've got a team of generals who are going to be at the top of this organization. And we're going to have a lot of support from the Think team to help us be successful. So thank you again, gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Stay on for as long as you would like. Hopefully you're finding a lot of what we're doing is also how synergistic is absolutely incredible. So think.thecommonstead.com. All right, here we go. We're going to keep it going. We got some promotions to talk about this month, and then we're going to get back into, I'm really looking for some recognition. February promotions. This is super exciting. If you've been with us, you know that this is an amazing product, which is our Radiant Barrier, the MLI Radiant Barrier product. Typically, it's $1.20 a square foot wholesale price. Everyone here is getting that for 80 cents a square foot. So if you've ever thought about doing your home, this is 33.3% off. Not only that, you're going to get it at a lower price, so you can pass that savings on to any new clients of yours. Take advantage of that while you can, because it's only on until the end of the month. And it's a very exciting offer. So thank Robert Wright and Danielle Wright, our partners in the Arctic series, for putting that program together. Second promotion for the month is the Oasis. This is getting ready to go mainstream here, folks. We have a really special offer with them. I'm going to play the video because if you haven't seen it before, I want you to see how incredible this is. The Oasis is a product that everyone, whether they're a business owner, homeowner,
in a world of uncertainty, life-changing events can happen at a moment's notice. When disaster strikes, power fails, and clean water is scarce, nothing is more important to your family's survival than restoring these essential needs. The next crisis will not wait for you to be prepared, but you can be ready. Introducing the Oasis, the world's first portable water desalinator and power generator in one compact unit.
We're standing next to one of the largest sources of water on the entire planet, yet not a single drop is drinkable. Wouldn't it be nice if we had a machine that could turn ocean water into clean, drinkable water? Well, we've done just that. Using thermal distillation, one of the oldest forms of water purification perfected by the ancient Greeks, we remove salt from seawater, bacteria, and viruses from almost any water source, giving you clean, crystal clear water, all in one go, just from a source of heat. So the Oasis is more of a 3-in-1 product. There's no water purifier on the market that does what it does. We purify water to an unparalleled extent. We generate electricity from our patent-pending array of thermoelectric generators. You also get the water heater aspect. This water actually heats up from removing the heat from that steam. So you can use this hot water for bathing, anything that you'd like to use hot water for. So you get clean water, electricity, and hot water all at the same time from one unit.
No matter the reason, when infrastructure goes down, the Oasis helps keep you and your family safe, providing clean drinking water and renewable charging power when you need it most.
The Oasis is suited for off-gridders, preppers, homesteaders, people who really value being independent and not reliant on the grid. It's also for underprivileged communities. All around the globe, there are communities that not only don't have access to clean drinking water and reliable charging power, but the infrastructure to deliver it to them is almost non-existent. The Oasis solves this by giving them a portable powerhouse in one unit that delivers clean water and reliable charging power on demand.
When it comes to access to safe drinking water, I think it's as simple as this. The United Nations estimates that over 2 billion people currently live without reliable access to safe drinking water. The World Health Organization has declared that access to safe drinking water is a fundamental human right. My name's Tom Gregg, and I've spent the past 2.5 decades working for the United Nations and other international non-government organizations around the world in some of the hottest conflict areas. What the Oasis allows us to do is bring safe water to some of the most vulnerable communities on planet Earth, be they in refugee camps, right after a humanitarian emergency or disaster, or if they are simply residing in territories that are extremely isolated and inaccessible. Not only do these communities benefit from safe water, they also, through the Oasis, have access to power. It's an extraordinary piece of engineering, ingenuity that will make a remarkable impact to our humanitarian work.
The Oasis isn't just another product, it's a solution to a global crisis. We've validated our technology, we've proven our market, and now we're ready to scale. Join us in giving all people the right to clean water, reliable power, and hot water. For there is no life without water.
Absolutely fantastic product that every homeowner, every business owner should consider having. Every renter, something that you know that you're protected in the event of a natural disaster of any kind. And we have a very special offer for you that's through the end of this month. It's $100 off of the Oasis. So you get it for $599. You can sell it for $999 and make a $400 profit. If I'm doing something for somebody in solar, I'm going to do this as a giveaway. They've got their solar energy, hopefully battery backup, and now they also have the ability to have clean water. I joked in the video earlier that I can get clean water right out of my pond. I wouldn't drink my pond water, but with the Oasis, I certainly can. So an incredible opportunity for us. Take advantage of it. Now, you're seeing a lot of links. Don't panic. All of this is going to be available at the end in one main doc. So you have everything and descriptions and everything that you need. All right, we told you a lot. How do you make money? Show me the money, right? That's what it's all about. I want to see how this works. Very simple. 3 streams of income. You heard me say it in a 30 and 60-second video. You earn money when you bring a dealer in who buys products from us. You get 6% of everything they buy. If you brought an affiliate in who brought a dealer in, you get 3%. We don't have any multi-level marketing plan in our company. No problem with MLMs, just not our model. Beautiful model that Think has, and I support that model. I think it's phenomenal. And then passive on retail. So if you are partnering up and selling products on the retail side, you build the team, you get passive income off of everything they do. And I was texted a question today: how much product do I have to continue to sell to be eligible for any of my passive income? Zero. No catches, no strings. I say you dance with the one who brung you. We bring them in, you're going to get paid. That's what the benefit of the platform is. And then active retail income. So you got passive and you have active. Active is what you are personally selling, you are generating. You determine the margin. We don't tell you what to sell it for. You sell it for what you feel is the right value for the homeowner or business owner or customer, and then you make the margin. That simple. And then there are 3 active roles in the active income side. The connector is the one who just basically hands it off to the pro, does the initial conversation, maybe shares that 1-minute video. And from that 1-minute video, gets, hey, yeah, I'd like to look at that. Get an electric bill, put it into the platform, and tag a pro. You get 50% of the margin for doing that. If you decide, hey, I want to be more actively involved in the project, maybe communication with a project manager, with engineering, I want to stay more engaged, your pro will work with you. If you're ready for that, then you'll get a 70% share instead of a 50% share. I think the most income is people who are really good at connecting, because that's what it's all about. Without connections, nothing else exists. And then the role of pro is one who takes it all the way through to fruition, installation, completion. So if you're a pro and you're doing your own deals, you're getting 100%. If you're working with a connector, you're getting 50%. If you're working with a coordinator, you're getting 30%. The more involved you are in that project, the more money you make. Here's the great thing. I've seen questions coming up. How do we get paid? When do we get paid? How does it all work? Compensation.thecommonstead.com, 2 new books that are in there, manuals, playbooks, whatever you want to call them. The complete compliance procedures and policies and procedures and the master compensation plan is available for you to download. You'll have that link at the end of the event. So everything that you've had questions about, we've listened and we've created you the solutions. And this is one that I'm the most excited about, because we've had to be doing payroll manually over the last few months, and now are integrated with iPayout, which means you'll get onboarded with their iPayout system. Many people are familiar with that. It's the clearest one in the industries that people pay through. And now we can simplify the payment process, streamline it. Anything that you do Monday through Sunday of the given week will be in your iPayout account on Friday. That simple, straightforward. Now, what I'd like to do, and Ashley, you've been very patient. We've got a lot that we had to cover. I'd love to bring in 2 amazing people and get us all spotlighted. I'll actually stop screen share so we can do that. And I'd like to bring in Carlos Carrasco and Rebecca Malor. If we can do that, and away we go. Do you find them?
I'm getting them.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, I hear Carlos's voice. There he is.
I
Always
think
on the
we are
road, Carlos.
good.
How are you
I
doing?
think we're all here.
All here. Okay, let me stop. Let's put everybody on the screen together. Look at you 2 beautiful humans. Great to see you.
Nice to see you, Charles. Thank you.
Oh, it's awesome. You know, I've really have enjoyed seeing what you're doing. By the way, Carlos has stepped up as well and doing some additional training on prospecting, and it's been phenomenally helpful. Carlos wrote another handbook that we'll be releasing here in the next 30 days. So probably next town hall. And that's more of the mindset behind prospecting, the mindset behind sales. So it's just invaluable what both of you have delivered. And Rebecca, I know you've been working very closely with Ashley. So I got a quick question. Carlos, start with you first. I know you did a deal with a place called the Hampton Inn, right? Remember that one? How did that start, and kind of how did you make that land? What was the process like for you?
Well, I actually got entertained by our friend Ashley here about some products, specifically the Optimizer. I've been in the solar space for close to 15 years, and I had a thought in mind that, I've never really been able to entertain commercial solar because, residential solar companies were never really wanting to entertain that. And I had a previous conversation with a specific client that I've helped and serviced over 4 or 5 years with his projects on residentially. And a thought came to mind when Ashley brought over the commercial product that can help lower demand charges. After our trainer Rex saying about harmonic distortion, I'm like, wow, this guy would benefit tremendously because his true up bill was remarkably south of $12,000 a month. And I made a phone call and I said, hey, Nilesh, this is not a solar talk, but I have a product that I think might help your commercial building, specifically your hotel, decrease the overall demand charges for your facility. And I said, would you mind meeting with my my mentor on a product that we have could possibly help entertain it? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Like any way we can save money. So I called Rex and I said, hey, I think we have a customer. And he's like, Carlos, we just taught you this 3 days ago. I'm like, I know, but I think we could. So I was super happy. I was like a puppy dog with a treat. And we got on the phone with him. He got some he actually sent us 12 months of utility bills right away and explained. Rex kind of took it away and filled in on how harmonic distortion, on running demand charges, how to overall decrease that. And it ended up being a win-win. I don't think the guy bat an eye within the first 35 to 45 minutes after Rex explaining it on how his business could be lucrative, or how this product could be lucrative for his building on just demand charges and removing the harmonic distortion in his specific location because it's ran 365 days at 24/7. So yeah, I just made the connection and just landed it.
You
right
made
away.
the connection, right? You made the connection and you turned it off to a pro. So you didn't have to know everything you just said. You learned that while you were doing it. Yeah.
Correct. And I think just the brief conversation with Rex in between, and then just listening to Rex just kind of hammer out things and the questions that Rex asked him and the response that the client had, it really got my wheels turning. Like, wow, I have plenty of other customers that I was never able to entertain in the solar world, that I never even pitched up again, specifically solar. So my wheels started turning in the middle of thinking this guy was not going to sign on the spot. And ding, 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 he said, yeah, let's do it. And my eyes lit up like a light bulb. And I was like, oh, wow. So not only did I make a certain amount from it, but like my eyes lit up from other clients that I potentially right away hit and targeted.
Yeah. I think one thing that's so interesting as we get into these commercial sales, you guys hit it on the head of just really passing off the lead. So I just want to encourage everyone who's here, like, I don't know anything about this, but I'm interested in talking to people about it. You don't have to know it all. What's really great about the system that we've created is that you can just pass it right off to the pro. So just for interest of time, Carlos, and I know everyone's just wondering, are you willing to share what you made from that one deal?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, after Rex talking and, explaining about the product, that we could make this, that we can make this, the opportunities there, I was like, okay, I'm thinking like a $10,000 to $12,000 commission. I was still happy about it. Rex called me after and he's like, Carlos, I got a question for you. How calm are you? I'm like, well, you just made me not calm. He's like, do you know what you just made on this deal? I'm like, no. And again, in my head, I was thinking 12, somewhere north of that. He's like, you just made close to $32,000 in 47 minutes. And I was like, I was speechless. I called my wife right after the call and I'm like, honey, I think I have something to tell you. And she's like instantly going to frantic. And I'm like, don't quote me, but Rex just said this. And she's like, are you having a stroke or a heart attack? And I'm like, I'm about to. So yeah, shy of $32,000 in about a total minutes of 47 minutes.
Incredible.
Good hourly rate.
So ROI on me. ROI on Rex. It was fairly quick.
Charles, you got one more question, yeah?
Very nice. Yeah. So, here we are, a lot of new people, right? If you look at this from someone who's watching, you've landed your first commercial account. They haven't. What is one action step that you would encourage them to take to do what you just did?
I don't want to say that anybody's going to be like me because I don't want to say that, right? But like if you're going to try to be a different breed and drink that different water that I tend to drink, get comfortable with being uncomfortable and speak to everybody that you would not ever entertain, whether it's a residential deal, a commercial deal, any small business. Speak about the product as if it was going to go out of business tomorrow. And that one person that you speak to knows somebody who has a small business that is probably getting, I don't want to say the wrong word, but that getting very hurt by just demand charges, whether they have solar or not. And the product in some shape or form will serve those clients. Be just the connector and just meet and speak and spark a conversation about how they're doing. Speak, speak, speak. And then, hey, what I'm doing is this from my experience. And you're going to make 50% of a commission from just connecting somebody with somebody who knows everything, if not all of the product, to possibly help their small business, their large business, or industrial business. So just connect. Just start a conversation. My dad always said that the wrong question is the stupid question you don't ask.
Amen.
Well said.
Amazing.
Thank you, Carlos. I know
Thank you, guys.
To 6-figure months and then eventually 6-figure weeks, brother.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you guys all. I appreciate it. Rex, I hope you're out there, brother. I appreciate you. Shout out to Rex.
Woo!
Ashley, I know you want to.
Yes, absolutely.
Rebecca.
So I am so honored to have Rebecca here with us tonight. Rebecca and I have been friends for about 6-ish years. I forget, I was our middle kid was like a few months old. And now that I know my middle kid's turning 6. So what I love about what Rebecca has done is she's a mom of busy kids. She is at home balancing everything between little tiny pockets of time. Anyone who's a parent here knows we have little seconds of time. The fact that she is building such an incredible business in these pockets of time is amazing. So we wanted to bring her on today. So Rebecca, you're booking incredible appointments. Anyone who comes to my appointment setting on Friday, it's nearly structured around everything that Rebecca is doing. She's booking anywhere between 2 to 5 appointments every single week. And these are not just cold leads. These are warm, they're ready. Rebecca, can you tell us a little bit about what is your weekly process so those listening in can be booking 2 to 5 appointments as well?
Yeah, so I every evening I will make a list for the following day, and I'll just focus on a certain area, look up car washes, laundromats, hotels, apartment buildings, and I'll usually make a list of about 50 different businesses because my goal each day is to make about 50 phone calls. I know that sounds like a lot, but I'm able, it's doable. But anyway, yeah, so I make my list, and as soon as I drop the kids off at school, sit down with my list. I don't even think about it, and I just start dialing down the whole list. Get those 50 phone calls done. I track my dials, my conversations, the appointments. I make notes on everything. Who did not answer that I need to put on tomorrow's list and try again. Or, if we had a conversation, I write down all the notes so that I can pass it along to Ashley. Or if maybe they're not interested at the time, I can revisit that later and I know a little bit more about their business, and I can tailor it more to whatever their objection was at the time, just to kind of get them in there. But yeah, that's what my week looks like.
Outstanding. And by the way, folks, we're going to go a little longer today, but I think it's important that you hear this because we framed everything up based upon success that people like Rebecca and Carlos and many who are evolving on me. So we're going to go a little longer today. Stick with us because there's a special link that you're going to get at the end that's going to be important. Stick with us here, folks. So when you were saying on these calls, what are you actually saying? What's your kind of basic script that you use, Rebecca?
So when I'm not trying to sell anything on that first call that I'm making. I'm creating curiosity. So a little kind of like what we were saying before. So I'll lead with something specific, like I'm helping similar businesses reduce water and electric costs by up to 30%. Just wanted to see if it would make sense to take a look at yours. And then I'll ask like a qualifying question, something like, what do your monthly bills look like? And that will get them talking. And then I'll just position the appointment as a quick review, not really a sales pitch. And my goal is really just to see if there's opportunity. So I'm not selling anything on the phone.
Great. That's awesome. That's exactly what we were talking about in the videos and using these assets, which you didn't have yet, right? It's all brand new stuff.
Well done.
Yeah,
Amazing.
very well done.
Just
What's
amazing.
the most common pushback you have?
So honestly, I don't get a whole lot of pushback. When I do, I guess some versions of we're good or just send me the info. and I'll just acknowledge their answer and, say something like totally understandable. Because I asked them what their monthly bills are, I'll say something like, well, if you're seeing as bills as high as you are, some people tell me that their bills are 10,000 a month. I'll say, if there was a way to reduce that by even 15 to 20%, don't you think it would be worth taking a quick look? And a lot of the times they'll stop and think about it, and they're willing to keep talking. Yeah.
Oh, makes me so happy. Okay, one last question. So we talked about you being a mom, picking or having these calls and in between your day in these tiny pockets of time. How are you structuring your day to stay consistent? Because a lot of people here, they've got another job, maybe they've got 2 jobs, they're balancing like their family. How are you structuring so you can be consistent? Because we all know consistency is everything.
Yeah, I feel like being a mom has actually forced me to be extremely intentional with my time. Like right now I can hear my kids screaming downstairs and I know I'm running out of time. So I don't rely on long open days. I rely on focused blocks. So once the kids are in school, before I do anything else, before I shower, anything, I just start making those calls and nothing else gets done until my work is done. I want to make those 50 calls a day. If the kids are home, like on weekends, Saturdays, I'll focus more on just follow-up. So follow-up emails, something that I can just do while they're in the background and not have to worry about being on the phone. And that goes back to making my notes throughout the week so that when I do have them home and I can't really get on the phone and start making calls, I do have things that I can do to be productive.
Incredible. Incredible.
So proud of you, Rebecca. Truly. So proud.
Really exciting. She'll be getting a sale in the next week. I'm certain of it. It's happening. There's a lot of great things. So thank you so much, Rebecca, for popping on. So grateful for you. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, look, I think now it's time for me to be quiet and pass it back to our CEO of Training and Systems, who you heard from in the very beginning, who, again, everything that you're looking at today, I've got so much pride in Ashley Warren, all that she's delivered. And Ashley, take it away. It's all yours.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you. And thanks everyone for allowing us to run a little bit late today. We've got a lot to say and lots of incredible stuff that has been launched. And we thank you for taking the time with us this evening. So here are your next steps. We lay it all out for you so that you have everything all at your disposal. So we have started to switch things. As you've noticed, you've probably gotten different emails or things are starting to shift. We are trying to respect your email. We're trying to respect your time. And also with that, we have created an entire flow for you guys to just plug right into. So you're not wondering, okay, I'm interested, but now what do I do next? So the structure, in my opinion, doesn't limit freedom. It actually creates it. Some of the most genius things that have been created in our lifetime has been done with constraints. So for the first time, we have a clear and very consistent and repeatable flow. So as you are thinking, hey, I am interested and I want to bring even team members on, but I don't know how to get them started because I don't know how to get me started, we have taken out all of the guesswork, all of the overwhelm, and we have it all in one spot for you. So for those of you who are not in community, make sure you are in there. This is a quick snapshot, top right of our events that we have every single week, different trainings. This is all very clear, supportive path. So let's talk first, we'll talk about your links. When you get enrolled, if you're not already, get back to the person that invited you here tonight. Ask them for a join link. From there, you'll fill out a super simple form, and it's going to get you absolutely everything for free. So you will have, when you go to thecommonstead.com, when in doubt, where do we go? thecommonstead.com. Top right, you will see a login. From there, you're going to have 2 different links. You will have a shop link and you will have a join link. Again, I go over all of this every single Monday on a Launchpad training that you've got to get to if you haven't already. The shop link is where you're going to send an EPC partner, an electrician, a plumber to shop through your shop link. This one is also customizable. And then we have a join link right here. It's called your network link. This is the link you will share if you want to grow your team. In my opinion, I share this to anyone I want to work with directly. So here it is, top right hand here. You'll log in there, put in your information, and then you can also get into community right on thecommonstead.com. Or if you want to memorize it, it's community@thecommonstead.com. And you can join us at community. View this as we see a lot of comments in our comments section right now. They are going to be incredible questions to put in here. When in doubt, if you want to wait, let's say it's Friday and you have a question about DREG with Jeff. That's okay. You don't have to wait until Tuesday with this training. You can, but if you're like me, I like to have quick answers. You could go right into here, go to deregulated energy and say, hey, Jeff, I have a question about what states are we available in? Or I have a pizza place that we're interested. Whatever it is, you can come in here. Also in the learning tab, there are so many different courses, so much, guys, so much training. Everything is recorded and uploaded back there in learning. And then something we are very, very proud of. And this is a big team effort, guys. What these playbooks offer you is truly everything. Our goal with this Becoming Brilliant at the Basics is to give you something when you're first started that has everything in one place. You don't have to go to multiple links. If you want to just focus on Arctic series, we have it right here. All of it in one playbook. If you want to just lean into solar, we've got it, everything. Coat zone, etc. We will continue to launch these, and we put them all in one place. I know you're wondering where they all are. Some of you who have been here have wondered where they are. Now they are hosted at playbook.thecommonstead.com. Again, we will continue to add to these playbooks as we continue to grow. So another link I use all the time is media.thecommonstead.com. Some, not all, because some are going to be more private message, are going to be already there right now. If you guys went to media.thecommonstead.com, don't do it now because we want you here. If you went there, you will see a new all tab, and it will show you all these new videos that we have, including some of the ones that we shared with you today. On these products there's no pricing talk, anything like that. So you can actually send it to a client. I have great examples. I sent it to a car wash and laundromat that Rebecca and I are actually working with right now. They're interested in the optimizers and Aquaflow. I sent him this. Guess what? He also did is he actually watched the Oasis video. He said, hey, can I get one of these for my home? I said, yeah, sure. Of course you can. So this is a great resource to send people to. So here's what we do. We plug into the community. So community.thecommonstead.com. Here's our flow. We will have every Monday we have our launch pad. This is where you send everyone to learn just the basics, the overall of the products and how to talk to people, how to make money, how to make your first $10,000, truly everything. And I even share my screen and go over everything. Now we lean into the daily trainings. Wednesdays are our special sessions. So the first Wednesday of every month, we have a recruiting training. Now we have Town Hall the second. Next week, we're going to be having the Grow You coaching. And then we wrap it all up at the end of the month with a social media training. And then, of course, got to come to Town Hall. It is a must. So here is our flow. So if anyone's wondering, where do I go? What do I plug into? The flow is this. You come to Launchpad every Monday. Until you can do that training better than me, keep coming because it's actually a little different every single week. And then we move the same day right into residential business development with the one and only Charles Thompson. This is where you can have questions. It's a very interactive session where you can bring real deals. Hey, Charles, I've got this. And you guys can actually just deep dive right into strategy for your business. Next, we want you to come to Prospecting 101 with Carlos. We've already heard from him tonight. This guy is incredible. I've actually never seen someone command an audience, command a group, and have more warm sales and leads Like, this guy's just amazing. So come hear from him. He does not hold anything back. We don't gatekeep here. We give all of our secrets away, all of our scripts, all of our everything, because we want you to succeed. So come to prospecting. Here's a quick snapshot. So you, again, of course, can see this on community.thecommonstead.com on our events. You can add it right to your calendar. But here's a quick snapshot of everything. So we have our Monday here, and then we're going to lean into the products. We also have a commercial business development on Wednesdays. Then we wrap it all up with the art of appointment setting on Fridays. That is going to catapult you into the weekend. So you have scripts, you know what to say, and we can help you get those first appointments so we can help you get your first sales. This is us wrapping it all back up on Friday. So here are the quick Wednesdays. The first Wednesday is going to be the recruiting event with the one and only Mike. This guy is a beast. We have 100 recruits in 30 days. Who here would love 100 people on their team? Me. This guy, again, does not gatekeep. He's telling you exactly what he's doing, and you got to come learn from him. Again, we have our town hall. This is the second Wednesday. And then we move right into the mindset coaching workshop with the one and only Evangeline Thompson. We'll hear from Charles here in just a sec. And then we wrap it all up with social media training. Again, if anyone has missed these last month's Wednesdays, they are all hosted in the community.thecommonstead.com. They're in events or actually the learning, and they'll be all there in the courses. All righty, Charles, I will pass it back to you. I know we ran a little bit late today, but thank you all for being here with us tonight. Charles, go ahead.
Thank you, Ashley. As always, wonderfully said. Truly grateful for the structure that has been put together. All of you now see a very systematic approach to your success. Thanks to everyone working behind the scenes. I mean, we have two incredible virtual assistants, Mo and Jasper, who are doing a lot of heavy lifting for us. Our CEOs who are really running the biomes and setting us up for success. Our branding team, to remain unnamed currently. Our editing team, who takes, this is a process, right? Everything's got to be done. And then all of you for being here, committing what will probably end up being an hour and a half to 2 hours, only once a month on the second Wednesday of each month. So all of our guests also who show up, and obviously bring guests. You hear how we are sharing things. We're not hyping, we're sharing. We're passionate about what we do. So this chapter really isn't about doing more. It's really about doing better. And if this aligns with you, we invite you to lean in, follow the process that Ashley just laid out for you, and just become part of this movement. This is the next chapter. We have done something. I've been doing 30 years of team building and never seen a structure so well refined as it is. And then coupling on top of that, how we can help people from the personal development standpoint, customers, affiliates, team builders, everybody alike. The topic next week, I love this. It's a free workshop. Evangeline will be covering how to deal with people you don't like. Does anybody have people that they don't like and they got to figure out how to deal with them? Well, come listen to her, because I've been around her having to deal with people that I haven't liked. She's helped me with that. So be here next week for an amazing event. It is not a 2-hour event. It's about an hour, sometimes a little longer, but you'll learn a lot on how to deal with people you don't like. You know, a lot more about the courses that we have to offer. So thank you all for being here this evening. Truly appreciate the time. If we want to stick around for a few minutes for Q&A and people want to dive off. But if anybody wants to throw some questions, because we did take some extra time, by all means, either throw them in the chat or feel free to come off mute. John, you like that? Yeah, that's going to help you. I know you, my friend. Most important one yet. I love that, Steve. Any questions, throw them in the chat or just take yourself off mute.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
Doing great. My name is Caden, and I got introduced to power through Reed, a good friend of mine, and so I just onboarded the other day. Super new to this, and I have solar sales experience. I'm coming from a different company. So, have you heard of NewSun?
Sure.
Nusun, right? That's the
Yes.
company I'm coming from. So right now I'm kind of in a transition right now. So, but I do like a lot of. I've been looking at like the website and then the trainings and stuff. It seems very, very good. My goal is to become a closer as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And Nusun, it kind of you have to like climb up the ladder a little bit. You have kind of like delayed. But I have 13 deals closed that I've done. Appreciate that. And I know all the basics and everything. Is there anything, because I came in a little bit late, is there anything, I was busy, anything that you can just say like off the top of your head that would be good for me to know like right away?
I would say plug in. Get on Monday with Ashley. Number one, get there. Get the links that Ashley's going to drop in the chat here. Everything that we covered and every link that you need. If you're in this, if you want to do the solar side, get on board on the solar. So fill out the interest form there, and then just get into the process, get into the system, and connect with a pro so we can get you groomed to become the next pro.
Sounds good. I'll do that for sure. I'll connect with Ashley, and then I'll get all the links. My question is, how we did things at the last company. We had an office where we would meet up. Is there a local office group in Fresno County?
Not currently, but virtually everything we do is virtual. We're here every day, multiple times per day. So you're part of a community. So get in the community and get plugged into the daily meetings, and you'll be able to learn a lot without having to be in an office. You heard stories here today that they're doing phenomenal without having to go to an office. You work for yourself. So that's the best way to look at it. You work for yourself, and we're here to support you.
I like that. Yeah, I like community, camaraderie. That's very, very important to me.
Bring it up, bring it on, man. Let's have some great fun together. It's a great community. By the way, there happens to be 5 Wednesdays in a year. We didn't talk about what happens on those 5th Wednesdays. We're going to announce that next month. It's going to be something where we really come to celebrate together. So it'll be a whole different event where we come together, we have a good time, we recognize, party a little bit. You can bring a drink if you want. You can do whatever you want. Let's just have some fun. That will be announced next month. So just FYI. So have a lot of fun.
Just a quick note as well. Everyone go over to the comment section real quick. You will see a Drive link. That is a cheat sheet. We've been putting a bunch of links in here. What you'll see on there is a lot. Every link we've talked about, it will lead you to a form. Then also at the very end, you're going to see all the videos that we've talked about. There will be a download and share. There'll be a YouTube if you want to share a YouTube link. And then lastly, there'll be the scripts. So if you want to recreate any of these videos, it's all in one place. You don't have to copy and paste anything. It's all in one place for you guys. It's all right there.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. I kind of noted that this whole video was recorded. Is there a chance that you guys could send it over to me just because like it came in, I want to.
It will be available on community, and it'll also be available at townhall.thecommonstead.com probably by tomorrow morning. You can just go there.
And we recognize people can't always be here at the same time every month. So we do record for those who want to go through and even review the last town halls that we've had and see the progress that we're making every single month.
And my last question, I was going to say, what is the difference between Homestead and Power?
We're 2 different companies, 2 different visions, 2 different missions. We love solar, but we also love to help people reduce before they produce.
It's not even Homestead, it's Commonstead. It's Commonstead.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, thank you. and we are definitely from a standpoint of a red line model, which is more common in the solar industry that people know. Not that I love that company. I've got dear friends and I'm very supportive of that group. We just have our own ecosystem we've created to do more, to go beyond solar.
Amen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the guy who's onboarding me, he sent me this.
I'm sorry. I wanted to ask a question because I believe there's more people that may want to ask a question. May I?
Yes, Dave, of course. Good to see you,
All
my
right,
man.
thank you. How are you doing, Charles? Awesome. I'm so excited. loved everything, and I'm driving, but I finally am plugging in. I have been to a few of the sessions, and now I wanted to know. I asked a question because I have been working with international energy companies that do service in South America, like Colombia, Costa Rica, and then with this new Oasis, I've been through Africa in the past years, and I saw some great opportunities with people that I know from the government there. So internationally, because I see that I went and I wanted to make sure that I asked this question for me to start working my groups internationally. What would you suggest that I do? Because I believe we will need some support there with those clients.
Yeah. So plug into the different biomes that we call them biomes or categories. Plug into those and speak with the leaders for their respective products. Some of those are universal that can be done pretty much anywhere. And some require 60 hertz versus 50 hertz. So some countries don't have 60 hertz. However, Rex is on with us today. We will soon be releasing the 50 hertz version. Then there's no boundaries. All you have to do at that point is find an EPC, someone who can do the engineering, procurement, and construction, and we can go anywhere in the world.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That was an amazing answer. And I'll get with them as well. Appreciate you. I'm so glad to be here. This is amazing.
It's awesome to have you, my friend. Great to see you again. We have no limitations on where we can be other than the technology 50, 60 hertz, but that's in process to be resolved. And we'll get everything we have in multiple languages. We're going to be switching to a new software. So these events will be in any language. And we're going to work closely with Desi and a few others, probably you, Diego, as well, and get everything we've got in Spanish. We had to get it dialed in before we start putting it into multiple languages, because once you do that, our editors have a tougher time editing, right?
Sure.
Anybody else?
Real quick. I had a question. Sorry about that interruption.
Was it the cat that interrupted or you?
Well, a little bit of both. So the Think Plus Energy Network there. So what do people do that are already involved? Is there any special moves
keep doing what you're doing? Yeah, keep doing. I know you're with them, and it's great. We've been in discussions quite some time before we decided to pull the trigger. Diego is very heavily involved, has thousands of customers in his network. Just keep doing what you're doing, and then take advantage of whatever additional trainings we put together. So we believe in collaboration. Our whole objective is to collaborate. I mentioned that manufacturers are actually working with each other within our ecosystem. Think people so you, Dave, Diego, and anybody else who might be already with Think, just continue to do that, work together. We're all about collaboration.
Yeah, okay. So is there like any independent link associated to each of us? That way, if somebody comes in through that link there, we are...
Yep, we'll be distributing links. First, we're getting the interest form out, and then we're going to be building under our teams as we have. So there's going to be special links. The CommonStead has a position, and then some of our key people have positions as well within that organization. And obviously, we'll share with any of you who are part of our team.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yep, you bet. Good to see you as well, Adam. Love the background, my man. Only nicer background you had was at my wedding on Zoom, a monumental event.
I have a question.
Yes.
On marketing, both to end users and to recruit, is there any limitations?
Well, I would recommend you stick within the scripts that have been identified so you know that you're saying things that are accurate. Again, we believe in making sure that we're making the right commitments to homeowners and business owners, and those scripts should be your foundation. If you question what you should use, read the compliance documents and then bring it into the ecosystem, bring it into the biome, bring it into community and say, hey, I'm looking to do this, share, get approval, if you will, or get consent from the biome leader because they own it. Our partners are the ones who are running that community. So just bring it to them inside the community.
Well, is there guidelines already set forward on do's and don'ts?
Yes.
Okay.
That is in the links that you'll see. There's compliance policies and procedures, and that's in the same place you're going to find our compensation plan as well.
Thank you.
You bet. And we're doing things from a very different standpoint than most companies. You use the old philosophy of trust but verify. And we're a community. We're not this hardcore 100-page compliance manual. It's nothing like that. You'll see the tone of it is really about a community. Do the right thing. If you do the right thing, we'll never have any issues. Anybody else?
I like that.
We good? Woo! I can't even tell you again, to the team behind us who put this together, the amount of work and the amount of things that had to be done to get it lined up for one event was monumental. And everybody needs a day off. So if you don't see a lot of responses in the next day, don't be surprised. I think we got to take a little pause and re-energize and get ready to come back and kick some ass, because we will. This is the reset, and the best is definitely ahead.
Amen. Amen.
That does not mean Thursday's trainings are canceled.
No,
We are going to be live on Thursday.
Robbie, you execute on every training.
That was a deja vu moment, Robbie. What you just said, I experienced that before. That does not mean that the training is over Thursday. I'm saying a few of us are going to step back for a day and recover. So,
absolutely. And well deserved. Great job, everybody.
Thank you all. All the best. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Daniel. Oh, Donald, sorry.